Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Daniel Chaudhry. I'm the sales consultant, the sales superstar. I'm the guy who just wanted to be better in sales. You know, you will agree with me that selling plays a huge role in all our lives. Many people always say, but I'm not a salesman. I am not in sales. I don't want sales. Sales is not for me. Sales is for people who have not done very well in school. But hey, you know, sales is for all of us. In one way or another, on a daily basis, you're selling something to somebody. When you are a young person, you are selling to mommy and daddy through crying. When you needed something, they were not giving it to you. You're crying and then they're giving you the things that you need. And then when you grow up and then start asking mommy and daddy, you know, I need this book, you know, I need this toy. That's all part of sales. And then when you grow up, you went to school, you are trying to sell to your teachers that, you know, what my answer is the correct one. And sir, today I'm not feeling very fine. So I need to go and sleep, I need to rest. That's all part of sales. And then you became a youth in the university and then you started dating. That's all part of sales. Everything that we do on a daily basis, there is selling that is a part of it everywhere. So one of the things that we must always focus on is to become very good in selling. Because if you're not good in selling, then you're going to live a very frustrating life. And for me, I am here to say you need to live a life of success, that people get to buy what you want to sell, or you are the idea that you want to put out there. And I want to help you. I want to make you better, and I want to ensure that when you are selling, when you're doing what you got to do, people actually, the world in general, get to appreciate you, appreciate your product, appreciate your ideas, and pay you sometimes money for it, or borrow into your idea. Or maybe you want to be a leader. They're going to give you elections, they're going to put you in office, they're going to give you the vote. That's all part of selling. So I hope I've demystified this idea of selling. You know, I'm not a salesperson. You know, I am an accountant. You know, I am an engineer. I'm a doctor. All of us, we sell something in one way or another. So we've got to be great at it. And when I say great, I mean really great. Not just basic great, but I need you to be really great in sales, because it plays a huge role for your success. It plays a huge role for your life. Now, if you want to be a great salesperson, now let me just delve straight away into how can I help you to be a very good salesperson. You know, before I even go into talking about that, I have been privileged to talk to a number of institutions, train many salespeople across different walks of life. I've worked with bankers, I've worked with insurance companies. Actually, in Uganda alone, I've trained over 25 insurance companies out of 28. I've trained 19 banks out of 24 banks. I've trained manufacturing companies. I've trained people in service industry. I've trained those who are selling in fast-moving consumer goods. And you know, I see one challenge that I'm always realizing with most of these people. Many of them are joining sales as a last resort. They've tried all these other jobs, and the jobs were not coming. And even in Kenya, even in Tanzania, even in Rwanda here, even in Ghana where I've been in training, they look for all these other jobs. They look for accounting jobs, they fail. They look for procurement jobs, they fail. They look for human resource jobs, they fail. They go to the government, look for jobs in government, they fail. And then somebody offer them, you know, come and sell for the bank. Then they reluctantly say, okay, let me go and sell in the bank. But when they have not really committed themselves 100% to go and actually make a sale. So I'm trying to say here that, you know what? I need you as the first thing, as the very first thing, that if you want to succeed in this business of sales, then make up your mind to join it 100%. Don't make up your mind and say, let me try sales, and then when I get another better offer, which is giving me maybe a salary, a full-time salary every time, then I'll run away from sales and I go for that. I don't want you to be that kind of person. I want you to make a career of success, a career of a lot of money selling. So for that to happen, the first thing I need you to do is to get serious. When you're joining the business of selling, you need to get serious about your intention, about your commitment, about your conviction to be a salesperson. Because when you don't have the commitment, then you're just going to be there trying. And I don't want you to try. Many people come and try. And when you're trying something, you can't do better. When you are sold on something, when you come on to do a sales, when you join the sales industry, and you know that this is my life, this is what I want to make money doing, this is what I want to take care of my family doing, then you need to get absolutely serious about selling. When I mean get serious, I mean you start trying to inquire from different places, what do I need to ensure that I am the best? If you're joining a bank, you want to sell for the bank, understand exactly what do I need so that I become the best salesperson in the banking setup. Of course, there is the aspect of knowing the product that we're going to talk about it later, the product and services of the places where you're going to sell. But first of all, I need you to organize your mind. That you know what? I am going to be great in sales and I'm going to be number one in my industry. I'm going to sell with every bit of me. I'm going to dedicate myself. I'm going to dedicate my life. I'm going to dedicate my soul on a daily basis. When I go to that institution to sell, I go and tear the place apart because I am serious. I want to make money doing this. I want to take care of my family doing this. And I want to be the best doing this. So when you're gotten serious, when you are serious about sales, oftentimes all these other things work out. But when you're still trying to hesitate and putting applications and asking your friends everywhere that, please, is there some job there, is there some job, you're not serious. And that means the way you dedicate your heart, the way you dedicate your soul, the way you dedicate yourself physically and mentally in the work is not the same as the person who is totally sold and they are 100% in sales. So get very serious about sales. And when you're serious, it shows. You start seeing how you're doing the things that needs to be done. And then the second thing I need you to be thinking about as we are looking at sales is you need to identify areas where you have weaknesses. Ladies and gentlemen, let us face it. All of us, we have some areas that we're not good in. Some areas that we need to improve on. And when you improve on those areas, when you improve on the areas of your weakness, for example, I'm just going to give an example on me. At the beginning, I had a challenge with public speaking. I wasn't doing very well in public speaking. I wasn't very good in actually speaking English. You know, the native Luo, the Cholis, the Obama people, and sometimes in Uganda here, our English is not very good. But I said, if I want to be great in sales, I need to improve on the way I articulate things in English. I need to articulate things in a much more better way, maybe a little closer to the Europeans, so that I can also, you know, fit in the society. And when I decided to get great in that, improve those areas of weaknesses. And as you can see, right now, I'm speaking very eloquent English. Thank you so much, the ladies. The guys that don't care so much about you, but the ladies. But I need you to identify an areas of weakness. If it's public speaking that you have issues with, can you get some literatures in public speaking and read? Can you get some short courses in public speaking and go and do those courses? Can you meet somebody who you see is so good in public speaking and make them your coach? Let them coach you, let them mentor you, let them guide you step by step so that you can be able to do very good public speaking. Because in selling, you're going to meet people and you have to speak. You have to speak to convince them. You have to persuade them. You have to be enthusiastic. You have to articulate the statements very well. So public speaking plays a huge role. And some of us, we have issues with confidence. Our confidence level is not very good. We wake up in the morning, go to the place of work, we go and get our tools of trade, and then we go out in the field. But because our confidence, we are lacking in confidence, you're jumping this office, you're passing this office, you're passing the other office, you're passing another potential client, because you're afraid of going inside there, you're worried, oh my goodness, what is going to happen to me? Maybe they're going to reject me. Maybe they're not going to allow me to enter inside. Hey! Work on your confidence. If there is one thing that I've been very blessed, as many of you know my story, I've been a child soldier before with LRA in northern Uganda. I was abducted as a 12-year-old kid. But one of the things that being in the bush taught me is to have courage, to be confident no matter what. And you know, in the business of selling, you still have to be confident. I'm not saying you have to be abducted by LRA for you to get courage, no. But I'm saying, if you're lacking courage, I still want to say the same thing. You need to get people who can help you believe in you, who can fine-tune you, who can talk some positivity into your life, who can encourage you to be the best, to be courageous, to be brave, and go out there. Because you have to visit one office, go to the next office, go to the next office, go to the other office. Everybody is a potential client for you. But if you don't have enough courage to go and venture and interact with strangers, hey, I want to tell you, by the way, your money is with strangers. Your money is not with your relatives. Your money is with strangers. And to speak to strangers and convince the strangers, you need courage. So you got to have the courage to go out there, strong, tenacious, ruthless, and get the sales done, man. You just have to get it done. So that was the second thing. I needed to get those areas of your life, the limiting areas, and improve on it. Improve on it and improve on it real good. Now, one of the things that is also very important is the third point now. For you to be a superstar in sales, for you to be like me or even better than me, you need to get around the right people. You need to get around the right people. When I say the right people, in one of my books, Get Your Dream Job in 48 Hours, I wrote and I said that if you work with 9 fools, you become the 10th. Now, a lot of us, we're around a lot of fools, and we're wondering as to why our life is not progressing. You're wondering as to why your sales life suck. Because you have a lot of fools as your friends. People who are not adding value to you. Get around the right people. I have always deliberately and intentionally looked for people who are not can add substance into my life. People who can add value into my life. People who can encourage me and believe in me and tell me, you know what, Daniel, you are following the right path. Just do this trick here, trick this area. Some of the friends that I meet, we have started investment clubs with. Some of the friends that I meet, we have bought plots of land with. Some of the friends that I meet every day, we are thinking of business ideas and they're trying to help me. Those who are our friends, like for example, today we are in the gardens of one of my friends, Amos Wekesa, who is a fantastic guy in tourism. But it's because I've made such valuable friends with Amos, and today I'm able to use this company to record this video for you so that you can be able to learn. Get around the right people, people who can help you to get to the top. Not people who all the time are complaining, you know, I am very broke, life is so hard, shit is tight. You don't need such kind of idiots in your life. Eliminate them immediately. Eliminate such people immediately out of your life. You need people who are always positive, people who are always encouraging you, people who are always thinking of what do I need to do to progress my life to get to the top. And such are the people who need. Not the one who is always complaining, the one who is always whining. I call them the little bitches. Sorry, but I have to say that. But don't be around little bitches. Be around people who improve you, people who believe in you, people who give you courage, people who give you this enthusiasm and a desire to fight and go hard. So that's the third point. If you want to be great in this business or sales, get around the right people. And I repeat, hey, you watching now, get around the right people. Get around the right people. It's very important. It's absolutely important. And the fourth very important thing, I just want to pick this next to my table here. Sharpen the saw. Improve on your thinking. Sharpen the saw. Sharpen the way you think. Sharpen the way you interact. Sharpen your communication skills. But that you can sharpen by acquiring enough information. Reading is a very important habit. And when I talk about reading, I'm not just talking about basically reading the book. This is one of the books that I've written, by the way, Become a Sales Superstar and Dominate Your Market. You gotta get it. Fantastic book. But hey, maybe some of you are not very good in reading books, hardcover, but you're very good at listening. Get audiobooks of such books. Get the audiobooks so that you can be able to listen to them on your phones or listen to them in your car as you're driving to work or you're driving to see a client. In my car, I don't play music. I don't play Chameleon. I have nothing against Chameleon. I don't play name them. What are these ones? Celine Dion. I don't play those. I don't play Jay-Z. That's not my thing. I listen to quality content that improve the way I think. I listen to audiobooks of powerful people like Bill Gates. I listen to audiobooks of powerful people like Brian Tracy. I listen to powerful audios of people like Richard Branson. I listen to audios of people like name them, Elon Musk. I listen to audiobooks by Robert Kiyosaki. I listen to Grant Cardone in sales. I just want all this positive content to influence the way I think, influence my heart, the way I feel. And when that is influenced positively, you know what is going to happen? When I go to interact with people out there in the field, my level of charisma, my level of enthusiasm is so enhanced. My level of skill, my intelligence is reflected in the way I talk to the clients. Because I am always improving the way I think. Every month I read 4 books. And this is not to brag, but to brag a little bit anyway. But I read 4 books a month. Not like I like reading books a lot, but hey, you know, in sales, you have to be the best. And to be the best, you have to improve on a daily basis. You have to read, you have to listen to audios, you have to watch some positive content. Instead of watching Schwarzenegger or watching some Telemundo or watching those series, you gotta pick a book and read or get a positive content of a DVD and watch. For example, like this DVD, instead of you watching the series, why don't you put this DVD on and learn something about how you can improve in sales? It's very important, ladies and gentlemen. So I encourage you. You need to improve on the way you think. Sharpen the saw. There is a story in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen R. Covey who said that there's this gentleman, just to paraphrase the whole story, he said that there's this gentleman who went to the forest and was cutting down trees. And he was cutting trees, and he's cutting trees. One, two, and then one of the colleagues said, but You seriously work and say, man, I'm cutting these trees, I'm seriously cutting. Then the guy said, but you're not moving with the cutting of the trees. Why don't you first sharpen the saw so that when you start cutting the trees can be able to fall down very quickly. Say, no, man, I'm very close. Do you see how I'm cutting? But we are cutting trees with blunt saws. We're cutting trees with blunt objects, blunt pangas. You need to sharpen the way you think so that when you go out there and you slice through the possibility of getting clients, it becomes easy. Why? Because your mental alignment is so, how can I put it? It's so well shaped. Your emotional alignment is so resilient and strong. Your emotional alignment around rejections is so strong that the rejection doesn't affect you so hard. Why? Because you have emphasized the aspect of sharpening the saw. You have emphasized the aspect of learning new ideas of how you can be able to actually sell to different categories of people. You know, in sales, we meet different categories of people. You have very difficult people. You have very amazing people who just talk to you very nicely. You have those who talk too much, but they take forever to make a decision. You need to understand exactly, how do I get around these people and I get to ensure that they actually buy my products or service. So ladies and gentlemen, sharpen the saw. Read, seek enough knowledge on a daily basis. Make sure one of the things that you must do on a daily basis as a salesperson is to seek enough knowledge. What I usually do personally is every time I enter my car, my big baller car, my Mercedes Benz, I love that car. But that's what happens to a salesperson. When you sell seriously, you know, you drive such amazing machines. But what I'm trying to say is that every time I enter into my car, I sit for 1 hour and I read something. I read some positive content so that I can be able to improve the way I think and how I'm going to go through the day. And in the evening before I enter my house again, I still, as soon as I drive inside the gate, I still sit in the car and open the book again and read. But remember, along the way as I'm driving in the traffic of the busy cities that I do train and I go do sales in, is I am listening to positive content. I'm not listening to any music of any sort. Well, I'm not saying music is bad. Music is very good. There's some music that is so nourishing. They're so positive. They cleanse you. They make you feel good. And I don't listen to these audios all the time, but most of the time, 99% of my time I'm listening to audios. But the 1% I listen to some positive music. I like Celine Dion a lot. I like classical music by Yanni and on all these guys. I like the classical music so much. But hey, most of the time I encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, sharpen the saw, acquire knowledge. The more knowledge you acquire, the more confident you get. The more confident you get, the more you go out there in the field and you'll be able to sell and people will get to believe you and actually buy something from you. Okay, that was number 4. 5 now. You want to be a superstar in sales, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I got to tell you. There's this statement that people like saying, dress the way you want to be addressed. But I want to put it in another way, that I buy you first before I buy anything you have to sell. I buy you first. If your packaging is not good enough, I'm not going to buy you. And listen, the first 3 seconds I see you, you walk into my office or you meet me on the way, the first 3 seconds I have already bought you or I have not bought you. If the first 3 seconds I don't like you, it's going to take a lot of time for you to convince me that I should actually buy something from you. So I wanted to package you well. The branding, the physical branding of you. Right now I'm in a combat and I feel very good and I feel so confident. I feel so courageous. But hey, when as a salesperson you've got to be in ties, you have to put on those ties. If you have to have press shirts, it has to be well pressed shirts. You don't have to put on shirts that is having cracks all over the neck here. And I mean, come on, man. What I'm saying here is, I buy you first before I buy anything you have to sell. Help me to like you in the way you look, right from the shirt you're putting on, right from the way you have shaved, cut your hair and groomed your face, and then the clothing you're putting on, the shoes you're putting on. Some of us, the salespeople, some of the shoes you've been putting on has been for the shoes of 1980s. We're putting on it in the 21st century. One side of the shoe is totally cut out. And then I'm looking at you. You're selling something for, let's say 100 million shillings, 100 million Uganda shillings, or let's say $10 million. But the way you look doesn't depict exactly the money that you're talking about. Will I like you? No, I don't think so. So we need to ensure that we focus on our grooming, we focus on the way we look, we focus on the way The watch that you put in, I see with a lot of men, I mean, you put it on watches that doesn't even work. And on top of that is watch of them days, man. It's crazy stuff. But I'm saying, hey, let me like you. Help me to like you, because we're in the game of being liked. If your likability scale is so low, then oftentimes it'll take you forever to convince me. So you dress the part. If you are a mechanic, you gotta look a mechanic. And mechanics dress in a certain way. If you're a tourism guy like my brother Amos Wakesa, you gotta dress like a tourism guy. And you've been noticing, those of you who are friends with Amos, that he actually dresses tourism. If you're a president, how do you dress? If you're a member of parliament, how do you dress? If you are a banker, how do you dress? All these plays a huge role in your success as a salesman. Now, many of us dress like beggars. At one point, I was looking for opportunities for work at MTN Uganda, and I went for the first time. I wanted to meet the CEO, and I met the front desk manager, and the front desk manager said, you know what, we do not help beggars, we don't give money to beggars. And I said, but I'm not a beggar. And he said, next time don't dress like one. That was a tough lesson for me, but I tell you, it taught me something. It was a rough lesson, but that's what it is. Next time, don't dress like a beggar. Dress like somebody who wants to make it big in this industry called selling. Like I said, every day we are selling something. But first of all, I want to see what I see. If I don't like what I see, believe me, I'm not gonna like you. It starts right there. I already have judgment around that. Then after the dressing and the entire outlook and they smell good, some of us, we need to put on deodorants. Some of the guys, I mean, man, you smelling like he got. You don't have to smell like he got. Get some deodorants, get some perfumes, get some good stuff and put on so that, I mean, you smell good too. You enter an office, you enter somebody's place, and then it's a whoa, this is amazing. The scent is amazing. You're already increasing your likability scale. Then it goes to the aspect of speaking. The moment you open your mouth to say something, what are you saying exactly? What are you saying? I buy also what you say. But some of us will come and say, you know, I am called Daniel Chaudhry. I am working with DC Sales Institute. We are in sales. And you know, selling is very important. I need you to buy. Hey, come on. You have not built any rapport with me yet, and then you've gone straight away to sell. I don't give a crap about DC Sales Institute. I don't give a crap about your bank. I don't give a crap about your insurance companies. I give a crap about me and you making me feel good. So wherever you start to speak, the rapport that you build is very key. Is the person having some nice painting on the wall? Come on, appreciate that painting. Is the person having some well-aligned table where they're working from? Appreciate the way they're organized. They have a picture of their family on the table, appreciate it, because they put the picture on the table there because they like it. When somebody else says that they like the pictures of the family, how does it make them feel? Good, right? And in return, how do they want to make you feel? Good as well. So you need to do the things that make sure that you draw people to you. Remember, I buy you first before I buy whatsoever you have to sell. So if I don't like you, I'm not going to buy from you. And oftentimes, if I'm going to buy, it's because maybe I was so desperate to buy. But otherwise, you got to create an impression that makes me appreciate you. After you build a rapport, then you have to delve into addressing my needs. We're going to talk about that at a later time in part of the videos that we're going to be building in the future. But ladies and gentlemen, I need you to be great. I need you to be great in sales. And those people who are great in sales are not just people who just wake up one morning and go to try. I don't want you to try. I want you to go at it. Get serious. Get serious and go out hard. Improve on areas of your limitations. You have an areas of weakness, improve on it. Acquire knowledge. Sharpen the show. And dress well. Dress the way you want to be addressed. But what I'm also saying is, I buy you first before I buy what you have to sell. I thank you, and we'll continue with the rest of the videos in the next episode. I'm Daniel Chaudhry, the sales superstar. Thank you.